This is the Transformers Studio Series from the movie Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. We have the leader class, the Fallen. Oh my goodness. You know, I had doubts about this figure. I honestly did not believe we could ever get another awesome Fallen figure from Hasbro and Takara, but this figure is an absolute triumph. It borders on masterpiece class or masterpiece level Transformers. It has fantastic details, some significant amount of articulation for a sort of weird looking alien Transformer figure. It is by far the best Fallen figure we've gotten from Hasbro and Takara, given the fact that we've only gotten, what, 3 Fallen figures, I think? 2 Voyagers and 1 Legends. This figure is absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness. Let's take a closer look at the details of this figure. So the figure stands head to toe is about 9.5 inches tall. Here he is with some Optimus Prime figures I have from the movie Bumblebee, Transformers Bumblebee. We've got the Masterpiece MPM Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime, as well as the Studio Series of Bumblebee Optimus Prime. And here he is with Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Bumblebee way back in 2009. Now, the figure has a massive amount of sculpting detail. Look at this. Even on the back, look how much sculpting they put into it. It even has these features of the extra limb supports that are actually on hinges that are on ball joints right here to support the arms. Look at the sculpting on the forearms, on the side of the leg, the torso, and that head sculpt. I mean, come on. Look at that. The hands are sculpted very nicely. And if I may add, despite having a very little paint apps, you've got silver highlights here and there, some orange bits, and some metallic blue here, the figure still pops because they chose a very good color of different sets of colors for the plastics that they use, like this glossy black plastic, which is used for most of the parts. You've got this gunmetal gray plastic bits right here on the feet, metallic sort of glossy gray. So overall, the aesthetic combined with that massive amount of sculpting really makes this figure, if I may say, a masterpiece of a figure. Now, I always mention quality of plastic with these Studio Series figures and lately the Legacy figures. The plastic doesn't feel cheap. I'm shocked because these Studio Series figures more often than not have this less than premium feel to their plastic. This one, very premium. Get my trusty pencil. You can hear how solid the plastic is. It is shocking that they can really come up with something like this. Kayang-kaya naman pala eh. Bakit pinagtsatsagaan natin ang mga Studio Series figures na pangit na plastic? Kung pwede naman palang ganito. Given the fact that it is a leader class figure, okay, they probably wanted to spend more on it. But I mean, if this is a Studio Series figure, all Studio Series figures should have this kind of quality. I am just blown away, very impressed with the way this thing turned out. Now, he does have some accessories and some features. First off, you will notice he has a staff. He does come with a staff. It actually splits into 2 to allow facility. So you can put it in and slot it into his hands because the hands actually don't articulate. You'll have to slide the weapon out from his fingers. The fingers don't actually move, which is, it's fine. It's too thin to put an actual hinge on it. So yeah, the staff has these 5mm pegs and the staff is beautifully sculpted. I absolutely love this sculpting. And, the plastic is not super hard. I'll give it that. It's a little bendy, but despite being a bendy kind of plastic, it still feels premium. It's not that, the one we saw with Skullgrin, it's not that soft PVC kind of plastic. It's firm enough to hold its shape and yet safe enough so that if you poke something or somebody, it does give So yeah, this is the proper use or a proper combination of strength and softness to the plastic. This is how soft weapons should be molded all the time. It doesn't feel cheap. So yeah, kudos to the designers for choosing this plastic. Okay, now the other gimmick is the mask, as I mentioned earlier. This is the helmet, and it does have that feature where Optimus says, "Give me your face," and the mask is removable, and it reveals the Fallen's face without the mask, and it has fantastic light piping. Yep, great light piping. It is a great head sculpt, very accurate to the movie when you fall, I rise, you fall. So yeah, I mean, this amount of detail is the kind of thing you just see in masterpiece figures. Let's talk about articulation for this figure. Like I mentioned earlier, tons of articulation as well. The neck is on a ball joint. The arms, kind of interesting. They can go up and down, in and out like that on that hinge. They also have a swivel right here. There's a bicep swivel. I don't know if I can just show it off. Yep, bicep swivel right there. There's a hinge right here on the elbow. I guess that should be an elbow swivel. The wrists, they have a swivel and a hinge right here. So great range of motion for the hands. The only restriction is really the supports, because there's a ball joint here, and some dual hinges right here. And that will probably be the only thing that will restrict articulation for this figure. But regardless of that, even without removing that support, you can still have him move in various in a wide range of motion, even if you have that those ball joints attached. So very nice. I do like that. Okay, as for the legs can go in and out, forward and backward. You got a thigh swivel, amazing. You've got another thigh swivel, I guess a knee swivel, and a hinge here for the knee. And then you've got a lower, or I guess an upper ankle cut swivel, and then a hinge right here for the ankles. This is a rocker hinge. Now, the toes, they do have some amount of articulation with these hinges, mainly due to transformation. So overall, fantastic articulation. The only articulation it's missing, sadly, is a waist joint. And I don't think they could have put a waist joint because of the way the torso's been molded, and probably the way it's been designed to transform and all that. So yeah, I don't know exactly how they could have put a waist joint right here, given the fact that it also needs to attach these pieces right here. A cut right here might have been too difficult. Other than that, fantastic articulation. And now for the transformation. Transformation is actually a lot of fun. And given the fact that I don't remember ever seeing the Fallen's alt mode in the movie, because he just teleported like choo, choo. So Hasbro and Takara Tomy didn't really have a lot to work with in terms of an alt mode, an alien alt mode for this character. So kudos to the design team for actually coming up with a really awesome alien ship. So the first thing you want to do, the weapon, you want to split it, leave it off to the side. Okay. At this point, you want to loosen this chest cavity. We'll do that in the final step, because that's just a very cool transformation. So the legs, you want to stretch them out. First thing you want to do is you want to close these toes. Okay. Point the feet downward. You want to rotate those ankles, I should say, or calves. And then you want to rotate are these the thighs? The knees, okay? And then the thighs, you want to rotate them out like this. And then the arms, you want to fold these spikes down. And then you want to detach these supporting pieces right here, the arm supports. Okay, just detach them like that, and then just put them out, stretch them out like that. And then the arms you can just fold up this way, fold out the, I guess, the upper shoulder or lower shoulder, upper bicep, like that. And then the bicep cut or the bicep swivel, 90 degrees. So do the same on the other side. It's a very tight bicep swivel. Man, this piece right here, the whole hip assembly, this is the reason why they couldn't do a waist swivel, because they would be able to cut this. It wouldn't be possible to do this transformation with a waist swivel. So, okay. So fold it back right there. And then you see there's a tab right there. It's going to slot into that peg hole. Okay. And then you see some more slots right here on the shoulders, right there, on the other side. And those are for the knee tabs right here. So you're going to slot them. Okay. Do the same on the other side. Okay. All that's left to do is the arms. You want to fold the arms down. And like I mentioned earlier, you want to tab those to those slots. Like that. And then do the same on the other side. Okay. The arm supports are going to tab right here. They're going to tab onto the feet or the ankles. Like that. Same thing on the other side. Okay, make sure it's secure. And then finally, the cockpit reveal right here. Flip this cover up, and that will cover the face of the fallen, or the helmet, or his mask. Slide that back right there. Cover that helmet and reveal the alien cockpit right there. So very, very cool. This is the alien ship alt mode of the Fallen. I don't think he even needs to fly this thing. He just teleports. And then the weapons, they are going to tab in right here. Weapons actually make a nice accent to the ship. It gives it, a little bit more edge. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I am the fallen Megatron. You have failed me. Kind of reminds me of Lovecraft, very alien xenomorph type of vibe to it. It feels so alien. Nothing anything you've seen on Cybertron. So, yeah, a very ancient Cybertronian being, the Fallen. This is another leader class. We've got a Studio Series 86 leader class Dinobot. This is Slug or Slag. And look how big this thing is. I mean, come on, right? So a very, very massive alt mode. Just absolutely gorgeous. Very, very pleased with it. The transformation was not annoying at all. If you're able to do everything properly and connect everything to where it's supposed to connect, it is a very satisfying transformation that yields a just incredible looking alien spaceship alt mode. Kudos to the designers. You guys outdid yourselves with this one. And so some final thoughts on this new Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen leader class, the Fallen. I am absolutely blown away with this figure. It has an amazing, amazing sculpt, design, robot mode, alt mode, all fantastic. A very satisfying transformation. The figure looks like a masterpiece figure. Very, very accurate details, a massive amount of detailing, sculpting. The plastic feels so premium. You've got all these amazing details, great articulation. What more can you ask for a Studio Series figure? This is by far one of the best Studio Series figures that Hasbro and Takaratomi has ever given us. And this figure is going to get, dare I say it, my legendary 11 out of 10. I absolutely love this figure. If you love the Bayverse universe and you're into the Studio Series figures, this is an absolute must-have. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this new Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class, The Fallen. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.